yourself a good rap deal. Spit with the best, just don't get your cat peeled. But I'm from the Wild West with real women and fast steel. It's in my veins, I'ma stick to my guns. Man, I live this all day, lyrics hot as the sun. I'm going play your music, but it ain't gonna work though. Nobody wants to hear about them woods and them dirt roads.
Some of them dirt roads wind down the mountain and roll out over the plain.
Well, I'm Jessta James. I'm down here in Atlanta working with Dan Hannon at Eldest Only Productions, and we're working on my new album. I'm from Bozeman, Montana. I was raised on country and rock, and when I got out of high school, I really got into hip-hop. You know, I feel like there's a lot of people out there that love country music, and there's a lot of people that also listen to hip-hop. I wanted to give the people an organic sound that still has some flow and some edge to it.
With Jesse, he was explaining to me how he grew up listening to the outlaw country singers and songwriters like Merle Haggard and Waylon Jennings, Hank Jr. All of this stuff I grew up on too. In a way, we had familiar backgrounds. Basically, as a producer, I listened to the artists explain their vision to me. And I feel like it's my job and my goal to get in line with that and make a product, and make records that fit their vision as perfectly as possible.
Dan and I actually had very similar upbringing with music, especially. And it was kind of a funny story because when I came down here, I had, told him about what I wanted to do, and I basically, started listing off some of my influences in music and stuff that I liked and certain sounds that I wanted to incorporate. And like the first 5 songs that I mentioned, he's like, oh, those are like the first 5 songs I ever learned to play on the guitar.
It's a new song.
I had come up and talked to Dan a couple months ago about working on some projects together, and I'd kind of given him a hard time about some of his drum sounds. I'm kind of particular about the drum sounds, and I was kind of being, I guess, a jerk about it, but he, instead of getting mad, he said, well, I'll just have you do the drums next time, and said that he was working with this guy, Jessta James, and he played me a couple songs, and I just flipped out over him. And he said, man, why don't you come to Nashville and record the drums?
And so sitting watching Billy engineer our record was amazing to me. It sort of shed light on what being in this business meant.
Girl, you ain't seen nothing till you've seen the Montana rain. Big skies, laid back, 30-06 on a gun rack, honey. Standing knee-deep in a tri-stream. Lord have mercy.
The whole project has been a joy just because I feel like I'm coming back home. I'll come down to the studio and we'll start writing, we'll have an idea. And some of these songs literally came in minutes.
It's exciting to kind of recreate some of the stuff, the same vibe of music that I grew up on.
When he played me the Jessta James stuff, I said, I got to work on this. I have to be involved in this. And he said, okay.
So we did a lot of things our way, and we got stuff rolling here, and then went and put the Nashville elements that we wanted in our music in there. And I think the marriage of those two things is phenomenal. I think it creates a project that's going to blow people's mind.